Welcome citizens of Super Earth, we have a brand new video for Helldivers 2 and we have a brand new patch update which is absolutely just gigantic, and some amazing patches have happened. So if you're excited for these and want to keep spreading that democracy, hit that like and that subscribe button. The patch update is here, divers, and it has done some great things, but we still have some known issues which are still there, and to be honest with you, it is understandable because obviously when you fix something else in the code will break. But for the first part of the patch, we have some game-changing mechanics for the Retrieve Essential Personnel mission. They've moved the enemy spawn points further away from the objective to give players a fairer chance of defending the location. There are also a fewer civilians required to complete the mission on higher difficulties. That part by there, I am just so glad, because it's just great to see, as it was nigh on impossible to complete at Helldive or even Suicide or Extreme with a full squad. So it's nice to see that there are fewer civilians. I do like the part that they've actually made the spawn points further away, because that way now we can actually have a chance at defending. We also have the following. Destroy Command Bunkers now has more objective locations, as the mission was too easy before compared to other missions. It can now appear in operations from difficulty 5 onwards. They've halved the negative effect of operation modifiers that increases stratagem cooldowns or call-in times. That one there I am absolutely just gassed about. Having the negative effect, because sometimes when you call them in it can take so long for it to happen. But we are going to move on to the main part of this for a lot of people, which is the primary, secondary and support weapons, where we have buffs, but we also got some nerfs. The first thing we're going to look at though are the buffs. The anti-material rifle, the damage has been increased by 30%. The breaker incendiary, damage per bullet has increased from 15 to 20 per bullet. That is going to be big. Fire damage per tick though has been increased by 50% from all sources, so be careful of the fire, folks. The Liberator Penetrator, the 3-round burst gun, which is not bad, but now has a full auto mode. I'm telling you, this gun is going to be everywhere, because it is a good gun as standard, but now having a full auto mode, people are going to be ripping through bugs and bots like there's been no tomorrow. The Dominator, they have increased the damage from 200 to 300, but they've also increased the stagger. The Diligence Counter Sniper, the armor penetration has been increased from light to medium. But with them though, obviously, you do have the nerfs. The Slugger has had quite a bit of the nerfs. As you can see, they got the reduced stagger, reduced damage from 280 to 250, demolition force has been reduced, the armor penetration tag in a menu has been fixed, but we also got the Slugger, Liberator, Concussive, Senator. They have fixed the incorrect armor penetration tags in the menu, so we have them by there. The recoilless rifle has increased the number of rockets you restore from 2 to 3. The spear has now increased the number of missiles you restore, and the heavy machine gun has come down from 1200 rounds per minute to a more moderate 950. The heavy machine gun I'm not really a fan of because, well, we have seen certain things with that gun where it's just not that good. But the biggest nerf is the arc thrower. They have fixed charging inconsistencies. It will now always take 1 second to charge a shot. They've reduced the distance from 50 to 35 meters, and they have increased the stagger force. There is something else regarding the guard dog, which restores full ammo from supply boxes. Moving on, we have the stratagems, which they've only really done one, which is the Patriot exosuit. Rockets will now penetrate armor only on a direct hit. That's understandable because I've been going up against a charger, I've had the exosuit, and I've fired 3 or 4 rounds and it just completely blows them away, and that's hitting them side on. So it's nice to see that, okay, you know, this is like a bit of a give and take with the exosuit, but I will take that one. Now, the enemies. They have finally made adjustments to the chargers, the bile spewers, and the shriekers. There is one here again, the Bile Titan, as you can see, which can no longer be stunned, but with the charges, normal melee attacks now do less damage against exosuits. The Bile Spewer and the Nursing Spewer, thank God, they do less damage with their puke. I have no idea how many games I've had where I'm literally on challenging level 4, where a Bile Spewer or a Nursing Spewer does their puke and I die instantly. Even if I got full health, I've just stimmed as well, but it still kills us, but now it does less damage, which I am so happy for. The Shriekers, they no longer create bug breaches, which is a godsend, and they also hitting you while they are dead now does significant less damage. That's just great, which is always good to see. We also got the Helldiver adjustments, which heavy and medium armor wearing Helldivers now, you will have better protection. You will now take 10% less damage if you wear heavy, and about 5% less damage if you are wearing medium. Fortified Commando and light armor is unchanged, which I am so happy about. We do have a few fixes here as well. As you can see, they fixed the issue where save settings on the PS5 would be reset when the game is rebooted, where your loadout would need to be changed every single time. Your voice, your emotes. That seems to have been done as they are claiming by here, but it's also in the known issues at the bottom. So I think they fixed it, but they've also gone, yeah, this is causing a little bit damage here. Enemies now properly target the exosuits. The exosuits are being able to fire their weapons while opening the mini-map can no longer be done. The Helldiver and the exosuits both had a bug that made them sometimes take explosion damage multiple times, making things like automaton rockets be too deadly. This has now been fixed. Automaton enemy constellations that preferred to spawn more of certain Devastator types did not work and are now functioning as they should. This means that sometimes when playing against the automatons, you will face more Devastators instead of other enemy types. That one there, I don't know what to think about that one because recently the bots have been kicking my ass. They've also improved the system that prevents HELLPOD from steering close to larger important objects. So, this is what we got. Solved issues where the effective area around objects was a lot larger than intended. We have reduced the number of objects that prevent HELLPOD steering. Good. This system is intended to prevent soft locks where players can drop on important interaction points or drop into unintended places. We will continue to monitor the state of the system after the update to see if additional tweaks are necessary. Fixed cases where the ground under some assets could be bombed, causing them to float. Yep, with that one by there 2 days ago, we were on Malevolon Creek, we threw a couple of grenades and all of a sudden, the trees were just floating. No idea why, but now we do. We've also got some ballistic shield changes. Collisions mesh has been slightly increased, changed shield poses so that less of the Helldiver is exposed, and they've also addressed a bug where part of the Helldiver would become vulnerable while using the shield in first person. Overall, this is a great patch, and as you can see, we do have some by here known issues which are currently still there, like regarding the snowballs or throwing back a grenade, but fingers crossed this can be fixed real soon. But as we all know, when you do coding, if you fix something, it can negatively affect something else that has already been done. But ladies and gents, let me know what you think about this down below, my fellow divers, and let's keep spreading democracy.